Hi James class, this is Tim Williams, Peninsula College Instruction and Reference Librarian again. I wanted to cover a couple things that we had talked about already when I came to visit your class. Number one, using ERIC and through trial and error, finding some full text articles on your topic. I know some of you are having some difficulty with ERIC not giving you the article that you want. I want to give you some strategies for using ERIC to its full effect, and then also jumping into another database like Academic Search Premier if your search is not going very well in ERIC. And then I also want to take a look at formatting your research paper if you're doing the paper using APA style guidelines. And so we'll take a look again at Purdue OWL at their APA guide, and we'll actually dig into Microsoft Word and create a title page. Okay, so first, start at the eric.ed.gov database, click on Advanced Search, and we're going to do a search for, let's say, year-round schools. Always select the full text. Now, you do have the option of not selecting the full text box if you're just trying to find the absolute most and the greatest amount of information possible on this topic. But if you're looking for full text articles, you want to check that box. You do have the option, if you are looking just for names of articles, to look and see if those are in Google or somewhere else on the internet. Just be sure that you're searching for that title and maybe one of the authors as well if you're going to look in Google Scholar to see if that article has been made public on the web. So we're just going to search for full text articles in ERIC on the topic of year-round schools. And I want to point out, and this is something that we already talked about, the descriptors. These are really, really important and helpful tools for finding the greatest amount of information on your topic, if your topic is year-round schools. So you will want to click on those descriptors and actually keep a list of them because they might be helpful search terms if you do move on to another database like ProQuest or Academic Search Premier. So I will click on the descriptor year-round schools, and it's going to give me 609 results. That's everything in ERIC that's available in full text on that topic. And as you see, it did not remember my full text request, so you'll have to look through here and click into the ones that have full text to see if the full text is available. So it will take some trial and error. And then here's a good example. The title of the article is a really good research question. It's very specific. Does year-round schooling affect the outcome and growth of California's API scores? And then if you look at the abstract, it says that previous studies lack the statistical rigor. Ooh, yes. Okay, so this article is claiming that it's got statistical rigor. That's something that you want. And you can see right here that it is a journal article. So this is a good option. You want something, number one, that you can click into and you can actually see. Kind of important. And then this is a great example of an article that has a lot of visual representations, statistics, and data that you can use to make conclusions. So there's tables in there. It's a really good example of a helpful research article. Okay, so worst case scenario. You've clicked 200 times on ERIC full text PDFs and you haven't been able to get one single result. It's still very useful to go into ERIC to look at these descriptors to gather search terms. Just in looking at this page alone, I found year-round schools, I found school calendars as a very common term, traditional calendar school. Okay, so and then also school schedules. If you look right there, school schedules is a very common descriptor in this search for year-round schools. So those are keywords or search terms that you could input into Academic Search Premier. And so let's do a quick reminder on how to get into Academic Search Premier. I'm going to click on the Library tab, and under Looking for an Article, I'll click on the subject list. And there's Academic Search Premier. So we'll click onto that. We'll just type year-round schools to start, and again, always check the full text and the scholarly peer-reviewed journals box, and then search. Okay. And ERIC calls them descriptors. Academic Search Premier calls them subjects. So you're going to want to click into the first article that actually has year-round schools in its subjects. Again, that's the same as descriptors. So let's click just the title, and then let's click on the subject term, year-round schools. That's going to give us the most information in Academic Search Premier on that topic. Now remember, it is going to strip the specification for full text and scholarly peer-reviewed journals. So you'll have to check those boxes and click Update. And that's going to take us down to 7 results. And again, if you wanted to say, I don't need the full text, I might be able to find it via Google Scholar or somewhere else on the web, you're free to do that. Just be sure to input the full title and at least one of the authors to make sure that you're finding the right thing. And so here you have 7 results, and you also want to make sure on the left-hand side that they are academic journals as opposed to periodicals, news articles, magazine articles, etc. Okay? So that's a quick review of how to search successfully for academic journal articles on your topic. And feel free to come by and ask me if you want to do a search with me one-on-one. Okay, so let's take a look at how to format your research paper if you're choosing the paper option. So I'm going to take us back to the Purdue Online Writing Lab APA guide. So if you just go into a Google search and look for OWL APA, the first link should take you into the APA guide. And on that first page, you're going to see an example of an APA title page. But before we get to the title page, let's look at the components of an APA paper. According to the APA information on OWL, your essay should include 4 major sections: the title page, abstract, main body, and references. So we'll take a look at the title page, but you also need an abstract. And there's some funky formatting that we'll have to take a look at. Okay? So this is an example of the title page where you have a different first page than you do other pages. On the first page you've got running head and then the title of your paper and a page number, followed by the title of your paper, your name, and your institutional affiliation. On the second page you don't have that running head prefix, you just have the title of your paper and the next page number, followed by the abstract. So let's take a look at how to tell Microsoft Word to put running head and your title on the first page along with the page number, but not on the second page. So we'll open up a Word document here. Let me go back. Create a blank document. Alright, so if you just open a Word document, this is Word 2010, so if you have Word 2003 or 2007, it might be slightly different. You're still going to have a tab or the word insert followed by a page number option. Okay, and so here's the page number, and we're going to do that first. And if for whatever reason Jan tells you that you don't want to use a page number on the first page, just type header, or you can actually click into the top like that. I just double clicked and then type running head, followed by the title of your paper, and I'll just come up with a crazy example of a title. Is APA style really this easy? This is the important part. You want to make sure that you select the option that says different first page, because if you don't, every other page of your paper is going to say running head and not have a page number. So different first page, and then it erased what I just typed. That's awesome. So type it in again, because Microsoft Word wants you to. Is APA style really this easy? Well, not so much. And then click out of it. Okay, so that's your very first page. And then you're going to have to type in your title, your name, and your institution and it's centered a little bit lower on the page. So let's go to the next page since it's different. And it should not have done that. So if you delete that, different first page, and then go back to insert, and we're going to insert a page number there. Top of page, and we'll tell it right there. Alright, and the next thing that you're going to type in, and every other page should do this, should follow this, and we'll see if Microsoft Word is being sassy or not. Type in the title. Is APA style really this easy? Now you're going to have to hit the tab button until your title aligns to the left like that. The tab button is on the left hand side, 3 buttons up from control. So all the way over to the left, sort of under the number 1 key on the keyboard. Alright, so we'll click out of that, and then your abstract is going to go on the second page just below the title of your paper, below that header. And let's insert a page break just to see what's going to happen on the next page. There we go. It's got the title of your paper, and it does remember that you're numbering your pages, and so that's the 3rd page. So that's how you format your APA research paper. And remember, on the first page is going to be your title page, so go back and look at the APA guide on OWL, and then also check it out just below the title page. You'll find out how to create your abstract, which is a summary of your research. Alright, I hope this was a helpful guide. Come by the library if you have any questions. Thanks a lot and good luck.